to Giggle and Grow
with Morgan
and Courtney, and we have a little surprise guest with us today. She's not going to be in the whole podcast, but she wanted to make her appearance and say hello. This is Gucci, and we're going to talk all things cat mom today.
We are so excited to talk about this, guys. I think if you have a cat yourself or even a doggo, you know all the little loves that they give you all day long. Sometimes.
Yes, they are the best.
The absolute best. But we do want to kind of add some things here about just how to pause and reflect in our daily routine as well as having some fun with talking about our paw friends. I think the topic today is just going to kind of lighten the mood, kind of add some giggles to the podcast here. And I think a lot of us can probably relate to it as we all have little ones. So
yeah, no, I'm so excited. So we're talking about cat moms, all the fun things. And so I have 2 cats.
I have 2 cats.
We both have 2 cats. If you don't know Morgan and I, you know Morgan's from Iowa, I'm from Kentucky. I have 2 cats. She has 2 cats. And let's introduce you just met Gucci, who's my girl cat, who is the most attitude cat I've ever had. And then I have Rascal, who I couldn't catch. Who would have thought I couldn't catch him? His name's Rascal, and he's a little rascal, exactly what he sounds like. But those are my 2 cats, and they're both fun and quirky in their own way. And Morgan, tell me about your cats.
Oh my gosh. So I will start back to the point, or the more so the story here, where I always said that if I was going to have a cat, it would have to be a fat, orange, fluffy cat, and there was no other way around it. So when was it? February 2021. I think it might have been 2022, but my husband, he went to this pet store on his break during work, and he sent me all these videos of this cutest little cat that was in the cage. Yeah. It actually, no one had been able to hold or play with it up until then, because I guess for a couple months they were fighting this little sickness that he supposedly had. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, it's just cat herpes. The cat has herpes.
Oh my gosh, my cat got herpes too. Gucci did too. It's crazy.
It doesn't spread though. It's just their own little quirk. You know, that might explain them a little bit more. But no, he sent me all these videos, and he was like, Morgan, we have to come meet this cat. And I was like, absolutely, like no doubt about it. It's an orange fluffy cat, okay? And he, my husband did all the things of trying to talk me out of this cat. But as soon as I saw him, I knew he was mine. So in the adoption center, his name was Osiris the Pumpkin. And we quickly changed his name to Oscar. It was,
Yay.
Yes. We did actually really like his name, but Osiris meant like the death of God or something. It was like kind of dark, and so we were like, okay, we're gonna change that up a little bit.
Yeah.
But this man, he's my twin. He's literally my bestest friend. We spent 2 years. I worked at home with him. He ate my tree. We had a lot of arguments in the midst of it all. And then we adopted our little Casio. He came into the picture earlier this year, and he's just another little redhead cat, more on the blonde side, but he's his own character too.
I love that. And Cashew's how old now?
Cashew, he's gonna turn. So he turns 1 in September, and then Oscar turns 3 in September. So my birthday's in September too. So we're all the little Virgo babies over here.
I love that. My mom's a Virgo, so that's very cute.
Oh yeah, my husband kind of got stuck with 3 redheads early on. So
love it. It's so cute. So what is different now that you have a cat?
Oh my gosh, my life has forever changed. I honestly couldn't even imagine my life without my cats now. It's so sad. Every time I turn around to leave for work, my cat's just chirping at me. Come to find out, that means follow me. And doesn't that just make you so sad to know that now they're just trying to keep you by them all day?
Yes. I would say my cats are kind of excited that I'm not home all the time. Some days I work from home and I bug them, and they just like to sleep. My cats are sleepers.
So are mine. Honestly, Sam and I were worried for a while. They were like, why are cats sleeping so much? And they're supposed to sleep 18 hours a day or something.
Really?
I think something crazy like that, like pretty high end numbers there. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you said, you work from home. How does it become kind of what does your daily life look like with your kitty cats?
Oh my gosh. So one thing that we do that's different, we've talked about this, So my cats are on a strict routine of when they get fed, and they only get fed the same amount every day. And so I have little cups to feed them and measure out each type of food. And so what I found is that they are waking me up in the morning as a little second alarm. So that's really nice. The big thing that I got when I started having cats was I get woken up all the time because they want to be fed. But also I don't know, I feel like when they watch me feed them in the morning, it's just very different. I used to have an automatic feeder, and I kind of got rid of that because Rascal broke it.
How did you do that?
He literally was trying so hard to get the food out of the bin that he just tipped it over, and they ate all of their food in like a day. And there was throw up everywhere. So that was great.
Lovely.
Yeah,
we
that's
love
how
that.
my routine has changed is I'm, feeding them morning and night, and they're animals and they have to be taken care of. And I feel like they're the first thing that I've had where it's a living being that takes responsibility. And it's like, I love that I have to do it because it, gives you purpose. And so that's what I love about having an animal. And I think that goes for dogs as well, is they give you such a good purpose in life. And so, yeah, that's what they've done for me, is not only have they disciplined me to wake up in the morning and feed them in the afternoon, but they've also, shown me how to care for something that's like a living being.
It's so true, though. I don't know if I like that second alarm clock that they've created for me. I feel like nowadays it used to be like more like 5, 6 a.m. Now it's switching slowly to like 4 a.m., 4:30, and they're starting to kind of like, they're gaining this habit where they're starting to scratch the side of the bed because we don't have a bed frame right now since we just moved, and we're waiting for our new one to come in, and they just think it's like their little scratch toy, but it just echoes underneath the bed.
Yeah.
And so it wakes me up every single morning. And then they've learned, kind of like you said, that when we wake up, it's time for food. And so my big cat will come and just lay right on me and just stare down at me, and all his weight, just like I wake up I'm like, am I breathing?
Oh my gosh, that's a way to be an alarm cat. No, my Rascal does that actually in the morning too, and I just like push him off me. I'm like, get off me. And then sometimes I'll just grab him and force him to cuddle with me, and then he leaves me alone.
I was gonna say, are your cats cuddle cats?
Rascal is, Gucci can be. Yeah, she's Gucci. The best way my doctors ever described Gucci is she's a flirt. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she is a total flirt. She loves to be like touched, but she doesn't like to be cuddled, I would say.
That's so fair. I feel like Oscar's very much the same way. He doesn't like the whole cuddles up right next to you. I mean, like I said, he'll lay on top of you, but he doesn't want to be like held. He doesn't like, no, it's funny that your doctor said that she was a flirt, because when they met my cat Oscar, they were like, this cat is the most unique cat I have ever met. No one's personality has ever been like him before, and he's kind of weird. And I'm like, what do you mean by weird?
What'd they say? That's crazy.
He was, I guess, like when they went to give him his shots, he went and crawled up kind of on her back and kind of laid on the back of her there. Did not want the shot. But then just the way that he was interacting with her, it wasn't in like any rude way. It wasn't like he was scratching her. It was just like the quirkiness that he gave off. She was like, he's weird, and I've never met one like him before.
Love that. Orange cats are usually the weirdest.
They are. They got their own personality.
They do. And they're just so fun to watch. And I don't know, they help me in times where I'm really stressed and I just want to sit down and, not have to think, and I can just pet my cat and be with my cat.
No, it's so true. Actually, I've heard with mental health too, I know that recently I feel like cats have become a little bit more popular. They're a little bit easier to take care of. Our generation likes to travel a lot. I think just a little bit more than dogs. Like, you can leave them a little bit longer. They don't need to be let outside all the time. And I think they've become more of kind of the emotional support pet nowadays. And I think, there is true facts that they're purring, and what their purr, like the sounds that it gives off, is actually known to relieve anxiety. It's like this.
And I also knew I read a study that said cats' purrings can heal your bones quicker.
Yes.
So if have a broken bone and you heal faster, like the sound of purring, that's why they do it. It actually it's a healing sound.
Yes.
That so
There's
crazy?
Like they are really there for that emotional side. I feel like my cat always knows when I'm about to blow up or like have this whole cry session. He always just comes right next to me and goes, I'm like, you know.
What a cutie.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. Do you have any funny, like really funny moment to share about your cat or both cats and just, I don't know, the personality that they give off?
So one time Rascal was doing pretty much parkour on the wall.
Yes.
Yeah. And he loves to be chased around the house. And one of his things is you'll go into the room and he'll come after you and he'll almost do how a dog does, but a little bit more, I think a little more antagonizing. He's just kind of like staring at you, meowing, waiting for you to run after him, and then you run after him, and then he'll run up his wall, and then I go somewhere else and he'll run back after me, and it's really funny. We almost play like chase, you know?
My cat plays chase too. They love that. And I think it's like the hunting instincts in them a little bit too. It's so fun. No, it was actually just the other day. I don't know if your cats ever do this, but if you get the light perfectly kind of on your phone where it starts to shine on the wall.
On the wall.
Oh my God, they go crazy. My cat, I've never heard the noises that come out of him, and then the panting, like literally like the panting afterwards from running back and forth, parkouring off the wall every which way he goes. Oh my God, it cracks us up for easily 10 minutes.
Well, and Brett and I were actually talking about this the other night, is that each one of the cats have a different hunting style, and you can watch that when they play with them. And so Rascal, we think, is more of a tree cat because he likes to hunt from above and jump on it, whereas Gucci will chase it down until it loses steam. And so that's why she gets tired quicker, or she'll actually run after it. Rascal will wait for it and then run, because if it's on a couch, he'll like run on the couch and balance on things. And he is a lot, I would say, more of a tree cat.
Yes. No,
that's his hunting style.
Yeah. I will say Oscar's the same way. He kind of holds back a little bit and just like watches for it, and he'll wait for his moment to pounce. Cashew, I mean, it might just be the little boy in him, but he's
still little.
Yeah, he's little. He's figuring it out.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. No, I was trying to think too. No, it was another story I have here. It was about Oscar. It is one of my most favorite stories ever. And I wish I could just show you guys all of what my apartment used to look like. But it was basically the living room was below us, and then up above us was a loft. And that's where I worked, and my workspace was at. And one morning, and no joke, it was before 7 a.m. My husband was getting ready to leave for work. My cat was kind of acting, kind of strange. She was kind of doing his like hunting reflexes, being a little weird up there. And I was about to hop on a meeting, but he went and took some steps backwards, and I was like, what is he doing? And this man took off, and I mean off, right off the loft, went right in between like the little leg pulls or whatever, like the railing, and literally just flew off the loft and dropped, at least probably 10, 15 feet to the ground. And then immediately as he landed, he sprinted to our laundry room and hid behind our dryer. Don't know why. I don't know what got into that time.
Interesting. He was probably like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And then he does it and he's like, oh shit.
What did I just do? Oh, it was
that's a crazy story.
Yeah, it was hilarious, but also like I didn't know what to say, how to feel. Yeah. What if he broke a leg? Vet bills?
Yeah, that's scary.
Along with like all the funny stories too. Our cats give us a good time here, but I think what we were saying before, they really, I think we can learn a lot through them by the way that they live life, and just the way that they really can just pause, really enjoy the simple moments in life. They don't need much, they just need the love, and I think that's a lot of what we need here too, everyone in this world. And so not only are they just a good companion, but they can really teach us personal growth and self-love and how that should look on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I think too, what helps me slow down is just watching my cat and observing their behavior.
Yeah.
And even as I'm doing this podcast right now, I'm watching Gucci and her just groom herself, and now I can hear Rascals at the door wanting to come in, and it's just, they help you ground yourself where you're at, and they're just good for your mental health overall. And even if it's not a cat, it's a dog, it's a guinea pig, whatever you have for yourself, I think make it work. And that's what helps me at least stay in the moment and be grounded.
I truly agree. I think my cat has taught me the most of the present moment. And like you said, when you get kind of lost in watching them and really enjoying it, and you're like, oh my God, 20 minutes just went by. I mean, I always feel fulfilled. Like, I'm like, that was the best moment of my day. And they do, like you were saying too, I think they just help ground you. They help you kind of reset and recharge your body without even knowing, you know? And I think that's something that we all have to just, you know, get a little bit better at, just being more aware of when we need that good reset and recharge, and being okay with taking that 20-minute step back during your day to allow yourself to cuddle your cats, or to sit on the couch, or go for a walk, or read your book. It doesn't have to be this whole thing, just that little moment in your day.
Yeah, and something that this past weekend I was able to really slow down and just be with my cats. There's Gucci. She's talking to us. But yeah, this weekend I got to slow down and talk and just hang out with my cats. And I noticed I got a lot more done than I normally would have, because all I did was, I cleaned the house, and I just focused on having a day where I could be at home and just get all my home chores done on a Sunday, because that's what I love to do, is do chores on Sunday. Just kidding. I hate it. But what I do love is to be around my cats. And so by doing my chores and then taking little breaks and being able to play with my cat or hang out with my cat, and then at the end of the day watch a movie with my cat cuddling with me, it's just, I love it. They're so good for you to stay in the moment, and they're just great for your mental health. So get a cat.
No, seriously. And while we're on the idea of, Sunday fun days and what helps to recharge us on those days, there is, and I think we've all heard this before, an idea of a cat nap, right?
Yeah.
And how cats take the best naps. But how short and intentional those little cat naps can actually be for us throughout our day can be really important too. And I'm not saying go nap on the couch, but again, taking that step back for that boost of mental clarity, for that just that little boost of productivity, so you can do those chores, right? Cat naps can look very differently in all different ways. It's just what's going to fill you up the most.
Yeah, what's going to work for you.
Yeah. And there are, like you were saying, there are intentional ways that you can do this too, and kind of pause and reflect throughout your day. And we may have kind of discussed this a little bit before, but just some of those tips can be, like scheduling those breaks. Like you said, schedule that time while you're cleaning, take a step back, play with your cats. You can also practice mindfulness while doing those chores or playing with your cats too, if that's something you're practicing. I know you're really much about mindfulness. I mean, on your Sundays, whether you're cleaning, playing with your cats, watching a movie, how do you kind of practice that?
How do I practice mindfulness?
Yeah.
I don't do it every day, but I know we talk about a lot of journaling, which I've done in the past, that helps. Honestly, my walks are some of the best things for me to be mindful, and I'm trying to make more time. I think for me, a lot of what my mindfulness is, what I'm doing right now is I really want to grow my hair out, and so in the mornings I'm doing my hair routine and also brushing my teeth and also washing my face. So I do a lot of that, and that while I'm doing that, I pause and reflect, or I think about how I want my day to go, and that really helps. But yeah, I'm a big contender of using the apps.
Yeah,
and so
you
that's what I like to I like to do. But I think a big part of it too is just sitting down and petting your cats.
No, seriously. I mean, it's truly just, I honestly, while we're on the topic of this, I just wish I could take my cats for walks all the time. I tried that, and it was just not a good experience. And I wish that I could bring them with me through every habit that I create.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest lesson that my cats have taught me is, just being able to be patient with them and how to take care of them. And again, I said at the beginning, I'll say it again, being able to take care of a live being and an animal, it gives you some purpose in life. And yeah, there's gives and there's takes. They wake me up in the morning, but they also purr and are so cute and love to be around me and look up to me, and the way they look at me for food, it's trust, and it builds just a relationship that literally feels like is going to be like having a child almost, because they are your child. So yes, my cats are my children.
No, my friend said it best one day. She said that plants are our new pets, and pets are our new children.
And children are our new what?
I don't know. We haven't got that far yet. That's not in our life quite yet there, but one day.
Children are 3 pets.
Yeah, there we go.
Actually, we don't know yet.
So for this giveaway here, guys, we would love to give you guys a $50 gift card to your favorite pet store. But in order to enter here, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make sure you're following us on Instagram on Giggle and Grow Pod, subscribe to our YouTube video, and the best of all the best, we need you to send us a video of your cat that we can share to our social media page, as we would love to share all the little loves that our cats give to us each day. It can be a short clip of them, short clip of the both of you guys. We would just love to share that.
Send us those cat videos. We're so excited to hear from you. Thanks, and bye.
Bye, guys.